What's up, YouTube? George's Silver Hunter back with another round of half-dollar boxes to hunt. I only picked up 2 today, but I had 3 at the bank, so we'll see how these boxes go. This might be a 1-box video. It might be a 3-box video, so stay tuned. I've already opened up the first box. We've done the coin roll. There were no NIFCs, no proofs, no silver on either side of these rolls, so we're just going to jump right in and see what we find. Let's get to it. As usual, I like filming the first roll just in case we get lucky. And if you're a first-time viewer, what we're doing when we coin roll hunt is we are looking for NIFCs, which stands for Not Intended for Circulation coins. So that would be 2002 and later, as well as the 1987, which is a special case. We're also looking for silver, which is 1970 and earlier. And we're looking for what are called errors or varieties. And I have a document linked below this video with a Google Doc that outlines all of the potential errors and varieties that we'll be looking for today. So with that said, I thought I was going to have one NIFC in the first roll, but it's just a 2001, which is just a regular $half. The rest of this, we can look at the edge until we have no silver. We probably don't have any other NIFCs. So I'm going to go through each coin and just double check them, one by one just to be sure, and we're going to get into the rest of these rolls. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Well, we did it again. We got to the end of the box, and I didn't bring you in because we didn't find any silver. And our finds, until the very end, weren't that great. So we got an Enchiladas Easy Street Cafe. I see these a lot. I don't always pull them, but because we had so little to show, I thought I would give you guys a peek. But we did get a 2003 Denver NIFC, and we did get a 2016 Philadelphia. As for value, these are all worth 50 cents. None of them are in such great shape that there's any numismatic value there, so they'll go back in the bins. But these are not intended for circulation, so they shouldn't even have been in the box. And this is just something that Enchiladas Easy Street Cafe does. I don't know what they do with them, but I get a lot of them. I am bringing you in, though, for... it's really one coin. We did happen to find at the very end when I was checking all of my coins for DDOs and errors, we did have one error. And excuse me, I'm having to, with my other hand, work my computer here. But I did want to show you. I don't remember which one is which. Pardon me while I move some stuff around. Let's see here. Which one is this one? This is the regular one. So if you look at a 1974, there's what In God looks like. And here, let me turn this light off. Here is what the Trust in the 4 looks like. So this is a pretty standard 1974D. This is the 1974 FS101. I think it's the 101. DDO. So you'll notice the In God is a little bit thicker here. So this isn't the telltale giveaway, but as soon as I put In God under the scope, it looked really different. It looked really thick. And so I knew something was off, so I was not surprised when we got over here to the word trust. And you can clearly see the DDO. This isn't machine doubling. We don't have a shelf. We actually have 2 T's. We have 2 S's. You can see clearly the serifs here. On the curvature of the S, all the way up here at the top, we've got 2 of them. 2 serifs on the U, so you can see there's 2 U's. The stem on the R is really obvious. And this T has a little bit of doubling, but not much. But the really telltale sign for a DDO is this little extra notch that you can find on the 4. So this is definitely a 1974D double die obverse. And we have a couple other interesting markers here. The Y, you can see the big spread here on the stem of the Y. And when we come over here to the T, you can see we've got a double serif here on the T and a huge spreading of the base of that T. So this is, without a doubt, a 1974D double die obverse. Now, in the condition of this coin, if I try to sell it on eBay, I might get lucky and get 4, 5, maybe 8. Maybe if I get really lucky, up to about $10 for it. So I'll hang on to it. I'll add it to my stash. I've got a bunch of 1974D DDOs. So there's a little bit of money here. So I just turned basically a skunk box into, I would say at minimum, a $5 win. Again, not a great hourly wage if you're looking to make a living at this, but it's better than walking out empty-handed. So with that, that is the end of box 1, and we are going to get into box number 2. All right, well, that last box we did find a nice DDO, and this is box number 2, which is really funny. Is I got these from a Fifth Third bank. They usually do Brinks. You can tell we're really in a coin shortage, though, when they start using Loomis rolls, because this would have come from a Brinks truck. And the last set of boxes I got them for, I think, the String and Sons. So that just tells you Brinks has like no Brinks rolled $50, at least in my area, which I think is really, really interesting. But we're going to get into these things. I've already done the coin roll. I haven't weighed anything, so I have no idea if there's anything heavy or light in here. But we're going to get into it. We're looking for all the normal stuff. Hopefully we find something early, because I'd like to bring you in. Here's roll number 1. We'll do it together. Hopefully for some roll number 1 good luck. Something dark in here. Let's see. You're kind of dark. You're just a 1971 though. And that's just a bicentennial. All right, well, nothing in this first roll. It's a 71D we'll put under the scope a little bit later. But we'll just go through these and keep on going through the rolls. Hopefully we find something soon. So like I did in my last video, I ended up just running through and opening the rolls as fast as I could, hunting for silver. And I was edge checking along the way for really shiny edges that would be NIFCs, and I didn't find anything. So what you see in front of you is I'm getting towards the tail end of checking. Like I literally had $500 worth of halves just thrown on this mat. And as you can see here, as I was pulling them down, I did find a necklace coin, which I haven't found in a really, really long time. They're not special. It's just this is something a lot of people used to do. You know, they drill a hole in this, put a string around it, and they put it around their neck. I'm going to check this one for a DDO because it'd be funny if I found a necklace coin with a double die on it. But I wanted to bring you in because in the last, literally, I found that necklace coin, and in the last about 30 seconds of going through coins, I happened across this 1987 S Clad Proof. And you can see from the edge, it's not real shiny. It's a little thick and squared off. But in a roll, that would not jump out at you. But the 87 was like a mint set only kind of coin. And this is an S Clad Proof. And it's actually tough to tell. It still has a little bit of the proof finish to it. But not enough that it would have jumped out in a typical roll. So that's a second find. And then I pulled this 1972 D and I flipped it over to look for the no FG and noticed that it's off. So I thought this might actually be a misaligned coin. And it's not. What it is, listen, do you hear that? Let me see if I can make it a little better. If I drop two coins on each other, you hear that clinking? We don't have that here. So the reason this is misaligned is that it is a magic coin. And I haven't found one of these in months. These are worth about 30 bucks at a magic store. And I'll get this separated. It's actually a machined half. I'll show off what this looks like when I get to the end of this video. But this is a magic coin. So let me finish getting through these and I'll bring you guys in and show you what this magic coin is all about. Okay, so I got through the rest of those coins. As you can see, I don't have any other finds to show you, but I did want to take a second to show you what a magic coin really is. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and just do the trick. And since I'm doing some magic, I thought I would throw some cards up here on the table to set the stage. But what you would do is you would go to a standard spectator and you would say, look, I have a small copper Mexican coin, and I have a large, slightly larger, American $50. And what we want to do is we want to put these two coins together and put them in our hand, close it and turn it over, and then I'm going to reach in there. Let me see how to do this best so you don't see me separate these on camera. There we go. And I'm going to put one coin in one hand and one coin in the other. And I'm going to see if you can point to the hand that has the small copper coin in it, right? So it doesn't matter which hand they point to. So let's say they pointed at this hand first. They would be wrong. We have an American half dollar. If they pointed at this hand, they would also be wrong because they have a American quarter. And then to end the trick, you can say, well, the reason you picked it wrong is because in front of you the entire time, we've had the Mexican copper coin here on the table. So this trick has no sleight of hand. It's all in this coin. It is a machined coin that is actually two halves. So I have a little thing to separate that. If you actually own one of these, you'll get a little ring like this, which will help you separate them. And what you do is you put the coin inside that ring and usually just bang it on a hard surface, and you'll see that it has now separated. So the copper coin actually is two-sided. It has a half dollar on the back and the Mexican centavo on the front, and it has a machined out hollow half dollar. And really all I did in that trick was you hide the quarter in the half dollar. As you put these together, you put it between the quarter and the half, press it together, and when you squeeze, you're left with a half dollar and a quarter. That's how fast the trick happens, right? And sometimes magicians will do the trick just like that. They don't do the whole business of putting it in their hand and all that kind of good stuff. Come on, you. I'm having a hard time getting these separated. This ring's a little bit big. There we go. Sometimes magicians will literally, it'll be the trick. You know, they'll pass it through here and they're like, don't blink, right? Because you'll miss the magic, right? I mean, that's actually a cool effect in itself. Because right in front of somebody, you switched a copper coin to a silver coin or a silver looking coin. So anyway, I happen to have one of these because I bought this trick in my youth. So I had one of these kicking around, and that's just an added effect to be able to produce it at the end. So there you go. That is a magic coin. So that box, what looked like it was going to be a bad box because there was literally nothing hunting the edges. And the last couple of bit of me cleaning up, we did find a necklace coin, a 1987 S Clad Proof, which I will hang on to, and this magic coin, like I said, brand new from a magic shop, easily $29.99 to $39.99. So that's quite the find. I'll take that all day long. I found 2 or 3 of these, and I own 1 or 2 from my youth when I used to do a lot of magic. So I don't mind finding these at all for 50 cents. So with that, I actually have a third box. I'm going to go get it, and we're going to jump right into it. Okay, well, here we go. Box number 3. This is my last box for the week. I was only able to get 3 this week because my Wells Fargo, they weren't allowed to order any, and my Fifth Third, these are actually coins they picked up for me last week that I wasn't able to pick up until this week. And they may have some new ones for me from an order this week, but I haven't been by to check. I'll check tomorrow. So anyway, we're going to, as usual, get right into these rolls. I have a couple of shiny ones. These might be NIFC enders. We got a couple of marked coins as well. I haven't weighed these like I do a lot of times, so I have no idea what we're going to find inside. But I'm going to jump into them, and I'll try to not lose control and just rip right through this box and do it a little more typical coin roll hunt style. So if I happen to find something on roll, 7 or 8, you'll see that happen at roll 7 or 8 rather than at the end. But we'll see how the box goes. So what's funny is box 1 and 2, I filmed roll 1 so you could see me open it. Box 3, I didn't film, and I had 2 shiny edges. I didn't check this one yet. It's a 1974, but I did check this one on the back. Hopefully you can see that on camera, how it kind of glimmers when I rotate it in the light. We have a 2005 Philadelphia NIFC. So roll number 1, we already have a find. Not a valuable one, but a find nonetheless. So since the first time I brought you guys in to show you that 2005 NIFC, I've kind of ripped through the next 35 rolls, and I wanted to bring you in to give you a quick update because I found a bunch more NIFCs and didn't figure you wanted to see me open them, but the overwhelming majority are more 2005 NIFCs. So I've got 3, 6, 7 of those. We did come across a 2007D and a 2015P, and on this side we have a 2002D. So we have had a bunch of NIFCs, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them to be exact. We also found a stickered coin, which I have never seen before. Community State Bank, free sample, don't know what that means. but to 1995. We found our necklace coin. I think on the last box I said I hadn't found one of these in a long time, and now I found them in back-to-back boxes. But the main thing I wanted to bring you in for was this 1971D. I think it has a very, very light DDO, so double die obverse. And I just wanted to show you guys under the scope. So let me get my microphone over here and let me turn off my lights. So we'll stop getting that little rainbow effect. And what I wanted to show you is right here in the word in. I would love your opinion in the comments down below. If you're a DDO connoisseur, is this just some damage or is this two eyes? I see a little bit of a split here when I look at it. I see two ends when I look at it. Just a little bit down there in the stems. Those are the only things I really see. I think on this S, I think I'm convincing myself that the S in the word trust has a little bit of doubling in it. But the rest of the lettering looks pretty normal. I'm not seeing anything else that's jumping out at me as potential evidence of doubling. So I would love to know from you guys that have looked at a lot of 1971s. If you see anything in here that would say, yep, it's an example, but it's a very weak example. That's the best I would do. And let me just pull an NIFC here to show you the difference. You can see how it's straight up and down, right? There's no splitting, there's no extra stem, there's nothing. So anyway, just a thought. I'm gonna hang on to it and keep it aside. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I wanted to stop and bring you guys in here. These last 15 rolls, I just wanted to show you, I rearranged my finds a little bit over here on the side, but I had 7 2005s like 11 rolls ago. And in these last, like I said, 11 rolls, I have found like 7 or 8 more 2005s. And in roll, I think this is 45 or 46, we have yet another 2005 NIFC. So this box just looks like it's part of a huge 2005 NIFC dump. You know, I've got a couple other things, but just lots of 2005 NIFCs. So we were getting through these last 3 rolls here. I actually opened all 3. They're all laid out here, and I came across this 1982P. And by the eye, it was tough to see if there was anything in there. So we're going to throw that one here under the scope. And let's have a look at it. And again, I hate that my incandescent light creates those little flickeries, but it looks like we have a 1982P no FG. I see like a hint, maybe, of some lettering in there, but I don't know if that's enough to say that's an FG. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about with the FG, that's a terrible coin. Let's grab another one. Just grabbing one randomly off the stack here. That's what the FG looks like, right? It can be more pronounced or less pronounced, but there's always some semblance of an FG there. And this is an 82P, no FG. So we finished the box, and as you can see, we found one thing more than another. So we ended up with 17 2005s. They were everywhere from really kind of grungy to really kind of nice to some Ring of Death, but we had some Philadelphias, we had some Denvers, we had a bunch of them, but 17 2005s. We had a 2002, we had a 2000, I think this was a 7, a 14 with a Ring of Death, and a 15. So coins that are not intended for circulation, we found a bunch of them in this last box. There they all are. We had our miscellaneous sticker coin. We had our, necklace coin, which we used to find all the time, and lately they're fewer and further between. And then we have this 1971D, which I really want it to be a DDO. I showed it to you guys earlier in the video. I'm still not convinced. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think? I'll hang on to it for a little bit, just in case. And then, of course, near the very tail end of that box, we found a 1982 Philadelphia, no FG. Or if you guys see an FG, it's really, really, really subtle. So let me know in the comments down below if you think that also would qualify as an 82p or no FG or not. I think it does. If we want to go back to boxes 1 and 2, this was a really good find, the 74 DDO. That was in box 1. And then I've filmed these over a couple of days, so I might have this off a little bit. But we had another necklace coin. We did find that, you know, kind of chewed up, but 1987 S Clad Proof, which 87s are always fun to find. And then we had a magic coin, and I even showed you guys how to do the trick. So all in all, not a bad box for errors and varieties, quite frankly. A lot of NIFCs, just no silver. The silver continues to evade. Can't seem to find it lately. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this hunt. I know I did. It was a lot of coins. We had a lot of finds, just not a lot of value in silver. Some decent value in errors and varieties. But you know, this is what you find sometimes when you hunt boxes. And it is kind of fun to find errors and varieties from time to time. I'm just really trying to find some silver. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please look down below this video, smash that like button, click that subscribe button, click that little bell and select all so you get notified each time I release a new video. And you guys take care, and I will see you in the next one.